Mr. Pate or AJ, what the fuck happened this game here? Y'all let's just run down uh, the list of long troubles here for the Broncos.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Um, on the other side of the ball from Russ, which I know what you're getting at, uh, the Rams finally played like they should have all year long. I will say that. The Baker throwing for 230 means that Matt Stafford could have thrown for 330. Um, they finally started using Tyler Higbee, which they should have been using all along. If we had Cooper Cup, that would be, even more on top of all that. And like I said a couple weeks ago, Sean McVay got out of his head and finally started using Cam Akers like he should have been doing all year long. Our offensive line has not changed. We've lost offensive weapons, and Cam Akers can still run for 118 and 3 touchdowns.
True.
We should have been on him all year long. We drafted him for a reason. You should be using him.
Yeah, you're right about that for sure. With Cam Akers, I didn't know why he went missing for the game plan at all.
He should have. When Sean McVay came into the league, it was the zone run and then the smart routes for wide receivers. And this year he had gotten completely away from it, and that's what was hurting us all year. Our offense could not score, and that was it.
Yeah. And honestly, Pete, you're definitely dead on about that. But what I want your opinion on, because we all know what we're here for, man. We need to dive into the Broncos here. What happened to Russell Wilson this game here, Pete? What are you seeing this year from Mr. Wilson? As we're going to bring us I'm going to bring us some very interesting stats here real quick.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what's wrong with Russell Wilson on the Broncos. Excuse me. Is 6 sacks for 40 yards lost. You can look at Russ evading the rush in Seattle, how he's elusive, he can get away from guys. The only reason he can get away from people and make those big throws is because they were scared of people like Marshawn Lynch and guys like Chris Carson before he was injured a lot. When they're not afraid of your run game, they're going to rush for, and if you have a bad offensive line, that's still going to get pressure to you, but also the secondary is going to drop back. So there's nowhere to throw the ball. He can run around, he can do all he wants, but if the defense isn't scared of running, they're just going to protect the pass. And what is he supposed to do about that when you have 7 guys in coverage?
Well, what I'll say here real quick, I'm going to let AJ chime in. I'm a big Russell Wilson fan, but honestly, Russell Wilson's not one of those motherfuckers that's going to sit back and dot your ass up. Let's be honest. He's not like a Brady or a Rodgers going to 3-step, get the ball out. He runs a lot on off-script throws, bro. Let's be honest. We've seen him in Seattle, a lot of off-script plays. And like I said, too, he needs a running game. That's maybe a reason why, like I said, Pete Carroll, didn't want to completely hand the keys over because, we saw that year that he had that MVP type season. That game at Buffalo, really showed a lot when they tried to air it out. I think he had like 4 or 5 picks that game. And I was like, yeah, we can't let this guy cook here today or forever. But yeah, he needs a complimentary run game behind him for sure. Because like I said, he's not going to sit back and dart you up. That's just my take on it. So like I said, next year in the draft, I'm thinking they need to go after some, offensive line, another running back for sure. But yeah, that's just how I look at it. Because if we look at his, got a quick stat here. He has seen a 20-point decline in QBR, minimum of 3 attempts, which is the most seen by a quarterback since 1971. So that is fucking unheard of there, I'll say. Very unheard of. 20-point decline. That is insane.
I think Denver needs to take this entire offseason, rebuild that coaching staff. Because, one, let's be real, Nathaniel Hackett he was terrible. He was not good. He had no clue what to do. The first week, when this joker decided to kick a 60-yard field goal, when he had a minute left to play, it was, second down? They're on the 40-yard, 43-yard line. He decides to kick a 60-yard field goal instead of trying to run his freaking offense. Don't get me like Russell Wilson. He's not. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. Let's get this out of the way. He's not a bad quarterback, and he
Stop.
definitely like. I think this Denver system is just. It's not good enough for. It's just a bad system. They didn't try to adjust to him. When you bring in a guy like Russell and you spend as much as you did to get him, you've got to build around him. Like, you've got to build your offense around him. How does he play? It looks like Denver never watched a single second of film of Russell Wilson. It's like they've never watched him play, and they're trying to run this offense that's just not meant for somebody like him. And I think they need to definitely rebuild, build the line. I think that's first and foremost. But losing Javonte hurt, the system's terrible. They need to go back and just rethink everything because they're stuck in that situation. They can't cut him. They can't. No one's going to trade for him. No one's going to take on the contract. No one's going to give up any piece worth anything for him at this point. So you really got to look at everything. You got to go back and just rethink everything you've done. I think Cortland Sutton's overrated. I think at this point in his career, we can all say it. He's no DK Metcalf. He's not filling any shoes that DK did. Jerry Jeudy is very good, and I wish he would have played all season because I think that would be huge for him. But that whole Denver system is just not good. They don't know. The offense was just ran like it was ran idiotically. They don't know. It's like he is a deer in headlights. He does not know what to do, man. He doesn't know what to do.
Because it's a lot of play calls I've been seeing. Like he stepped, like he's under center and step, drop back to throw. I'm like, bro, he never, like I don't think the man can even see over the offensive line, honestly.
I was going to say before you get into that Packers thing that I know you're about to get into, I was going to say, the big thing is if you're going to bring in a quarterback that you're going to pay that much money to, your first initiative should be offensive line.
Oh yeah.
Over anything.
It's not even
when you're playing a Rams defense that's a 3-4 defense and there's no Aaron Donald, you should not be allowing 6 sacks.
No.
Here's another stat. This kind of gets you wondering, thinking. The reason why I brought up the Green Bay Packers to show you guys something real quick. So this is when they was under Nathaniel Hackett as offensive coordinator here. 23 points per game. 2020, 31 points per game. 2021, 26.5 points per game. And then you go look at his history in Jacksonville when he was an O coordinator from 16 to 18. 2016 average 25. It was 19.9 points per game. 2017 there was 26.1 points per game, but 2018 there was dog shit, 15.3. But the point I'm trying to make there, he has, he actually has put up some decent numbers, as a play caller, Nathaniel Hackett, which is kind of mind-blowing to think. But
those years he had co-offensive coordinators, right?
No. Yeah. So, I've looked into it. The only year he was and that's why we can maybe discredit the Green Bay stats here, because in Green Bay, Matt LaFleur was called the play calling.
Well, Russell Wilson also is not Aaron Rodgers, so.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
Different game, different team, different person.
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to. When I pull up these stats here too, it also makes you wonder, like, what the hell did he even do in Green Bay though? For him to get this much, credit to be a fucking head coach.
I don't necessarily think he's a bad football-minded guy. I just don't think he has the intangibles to be a coach, like a head coach. Because head coach has a different set. You have to have a different set of skills, like time management, and just knowing the right decisions to make. And he obviously doesn't. I don't think he's just. I think he obviously has been successful as an offense coordinator. We all see that. He puts up points. He's led very good offenses. But when you get put in that head coaching role, it's a whole different game. It's a different mindset. You can't just focus on calling the plays. People look at Andy Reid as this excellent play caller, but he's also just a good coach. He knows what to do in certain spots. And Nathaniel Hackett I think he's really cost them games just because he doesn't know what to do in certain situations. So
yeah, you're definitely right about that. I would like to add though to that is that Nathaniel Hackett will definitely get a lot of, uh, I mean, rightly due criticism for the way that he did call games, but also, coming into that situation, he had no say in the team that he was dealt.
it's true.
So, I mean, if it's an offensive line that's not there, receivers that aren't there, minus Judy, your running back gets hurt, which I think actually played a pretty big role in Russ's downfall on this. I know, what was he down? Javonte got hurt in week 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Week
It was
3. I know
very
that they had lost 2 games to start the year. I think that Javonte Williams' injury kind of got mixed in with the rest of their decline, but I think if he were to be healthy, they would have had a better year. I think it just was that Russ had all that hype coming into the year. They lost 2 to start the year, and then he goes down. I don't think that's taken into account quite enough.
Well, no, I mean it's like I said, it's another thing too. If you look at this stuff here, I was going to say, what really gets you wondering though, man, it's crazy. Like the previous years, you look at, previous quarterbacks that was in Denver, um, they actually had
else.
pretty decent records, man. You're not gonna lie. Like this year here was complete, uh,
Well,
disaster.
also those quarterbacks got to rely. Like last year, you look at who was their quarterback? Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock, I want to say last year.
Yeah,
Yep.
but you look at that team too, and they had to rely on Javonte and Melvin Gordon. I mean, those two were very good last year. Now Melvin had a big fall down this year. He's obviously washed. Javonte got hurt, which I think Javonte could be a top 5 back in football. I think he's that good, but they got to rely on that. Now they can't. I mean, they're handing it off to Latavius Murray.
Yeah, for real
I
dog.
mean, this guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, he's
Latavius Murray's
terrible,
like
but it's
80.
just that he's not Javonte Williams.
No, he's like 6'2", like 36 years old. Like, I mean, come on, like we're not gonna. I mean,
That's
it's a different team, a different.
that's what I'm thinking. Like I said, next year,
Sure.
when it comes to head coach decision, whoever they hire, like I said, it's obviously got to be really involved with Russ and, like I said, his development. Also just got to sit down with him and tell him like, bro, you're not, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. You're not about to sit back and dart somebody up. We're going to play to your limitations, which is, he's one of the most ultimate game managers, with playing in Seattle, I'll say, off scripted plays and things like that. But he's not going to, like we said, sit back and dart your ass up.
Well, he runs. Well, he's got to. Russ has got to learn too that he's getting older,
Yeah.
and running around, scrambling, and making these crazy throws. It's not going to keep working for him at the age of 35. Like it's not. He's got to learn to be a better pocket passer. I think that's something he's got to figure out because, I mean, you look at the guys that play till they're 36, 37, 38, 39 years old. Like, you look at Matt Stafford, you look at Aaron Rodgers, you look at Tom Brady, who are still having success in the league at the age because they know how to, protect themselves. They know how to get the ball out quick. They know how to, make the game easier for themselves. And I don't think Russ does that. I think he tries to play like he's still 26, and it's not the case.
Yeah. Like I said, I think he's just really just doing too much, man. Like this was a play like yesterday in the game with Cortland Sutton when he threw the interception to Ramsey in the end zone. And Sutton was literally wide open in his face. It's like, stop doing too much. Just take the check down. But like I said, I'm really excited to see next year, though, what coaching opportunities, who gets that coaching job next year. Because I know, like I said, Dan Quinn's on the list. You got what else we got up there? D'Amico Ryans, Eric Bieniemy, Sean Payton. There's a lot of people there. Honestly, if I'm the Broncos, I'm probably going after a proven coach. I'm not going after a rookie coach anymore. To see how that's went. Unless they're offensive minded mastermind.
I think I don't think Sean Payton will go there.
Yeah, I think he's off the list.
I think Sean's done.
No, Sean ain't done. Sean wants to coach, but I wouldn't want to. If I'm Sean, I don't think I want to take that situation, man.
I think he's going to go somewhere like the Chargers.
Yeah.
I think Brandon Staley sucks.
Yeah, he has too much of an ego for me. Fucking Mr. Go for it. every fourth
There it
down.
is, Mr. Go for it. It's 4th and 20, and that guy is just like, yep, well, we got Herbert. Let's just see what happens. Brandon Staley sucks. I think that's a perfect spot for Sean Payton.
Yeah, that's where a lot of people are pinpointing him going there, or maybe to the Cowboys. After
Yeah,
their
Mike
team.
McCarthy sucks too. Yeah, give me that twist. He stinks. That guy's not good.
It's crazy. Like, what's probably holding Mike McCarthy's weight, man, like to get that coaching job is probably the Super Bowl. For getting the coaching jobs he got is probably the Super Bowl.
No, what's holding his job there is Jerry Jones' ego.
Oh,
Jerry Jones' ego is the only reason half the players are still in the building because he doesn't want to admit that he messed up.
Yeah, he especially that Zeke shit.
Do you think it's a job Byron might want?
Byron Leftwich. Like I said, they got to go after a proven head coach, man. It's enough of,
That's why I'm saying I think Dan Quinn could be the guy, because Dan Quinn's a players coach. He's a guy that a lot of the players, reside with. They all like him. They all love him. I know that Dallas loves him. Every defense player at Dallas loves Dan Quinn. Shut the fuck. My bad. But no, I think Dan Quinn could be a good fit for them just because he is a defensive-minded coach, but I also think he would be a good thing for Russell because he can connect with Russell well. And he's also proven, he took the Falcons to the Super Bowl. So.
He was on this. Him and Russell on the same team. Well, the Seattle. I think it was back in what?
He coached the Legion of Boom.
Sure did.
He was the DC with Legion of Boom. So.
Sure did. So, like I said, there's a lot of great candidates out there. But if I'm in that hunt, I'm definitely looking at their, Campbell, like you said there. Peyton, I think he's not getting that job. He's not going there.
Well, another thing too with Peyton is you can't just go pick him up.
You gotta trade him.
Contract. Yeah.
He's still caught up with the Saints though. Like literally, you got
to with the Saints.
Pick for his ass, which
they don't. You got to go trade for him.
Yeah, that's what me and AJ were talking about. Though is that TV money is different.
It is different.
Because you're talking about Sean McVay might retire after the end of the year or something like that, and when you see Tom Brady get that $300 million to be a TV analyst, it's
another
tough
good
to
coach.
Come off that.
Like another sleeper coach here that could get that job and probably like do decent is Frank Wright. I know this may sound crazy, but
quarterback coach, dude. Yeah, quarterback coach.
He's been like it. 2016 to 17, he developed no other than Carson Wentz as a quarterback coach, and then Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers had one of his best years when he went to Indianapolis that year with Frank Wright.
Won 11-5, had a great year.
Very true. Very true.
So,
I can't believe they fired him in Indianapolis. I think that was so stupid. I think Matt Ryan is just washed. I don't get the whole point. They had a bad year. Jonathan Taylor was banged up, and Darius Leonard's been banged up. They've missed some key pieces all year, and they were just like, oh, Frank Wright's the problem. I don't think that was the problem. I think
the problem have the receivers is a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and they keep bringing in these 39-year-old quarterbacks like they're going to win a Super Bowl. Like, stop. Go try to get a quarterback and develop him like an actual team. Like, quit trying. Like, did they really think Matt Ryan was going to win them a Super Bowl? Or even get them close?
No, there's no way.
Did you think Michael Pittman Jr. and Paris Campbell, do you think those two were the answer to your receiver problems?
Absolutely not.
No.
Well, and I think this year for the Colts, right now they have the number 5 overall pick. They should probably definitely look at a quarterback.
They're gonna go for Stroud, and if they don't hit on Stroud, they're gonna pick Levis.
Yeah.
Oof,
because your boy, what's his name? Bryce Young. He probably gonna go number 1 to the Texans.
You
got Chicago, Seattle with the pick from Denver, number 3. But
I
see them taking that quarterback.
Yeah, Denver's in a tough spot because they gave up so much for us between the money and the picks and the players. It's just so much money that it's going to be tough for Denver to really figure it out. They got a lot of work ahead of them. I hope they figure it out and turn around. I don't want Russ's career to end like this. I'm not as big of a Russ lover as Jordan is, but I definitely don't like to see him like this because I know Russ is a good quarterback.
Yeah. Like I said, this is probably this is like statistically wise, this is the worst decline in NFL history. I know it's not even close. But yeah, Denver this year they have a one first round pick that they got from Miami for Chubb. But if I had that pick, I'm trading the fuck back, and getting more picks from them, and then
If the Stroud's not there, then yeah, trade back.
Yeah, when I'm talking about
Colts.
Denver, I'm talking about Denver. Like they have a first round pick this year, so.
Oh, they got Miami's. That's right.
Yeah, but if I'm then, I'm trading back, man, and like I said, try to find some. It's gonna be a lot of good offensive free agents that's come out this year too. I don't know if you know that. It's a lot of good age. Shit.
The Colts are gonna go get. The Colts are gonna go get like someone like Jimmy G. And it's gonna be the same shit all over again with that team.
That's a perfect pick.
Yeah, they're gonna go pick up Jimmy G and think they're gonna be fixed, and they're not. Plain they're gonna be. They might win 9 games.
I'd take Jimmy G over Matt Ryan
every day of the week.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8 days out of the week.
Yeah, but I mean that isn't. I don't think that's your answer. You still need a long-term solution.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like you need like teams with young guys on the rookie deals. That's the way to go because then you can build around them.
Yeah.
Like you can actually develop them. That's why I think the Jags could be scary next year because they have Trevor Lawrence on his rookie deal, and they can spend a little money, keep making that team better.
That's true.
Yep.
Well, I'd say, guys, let's drop our predictions so we can look at this in the future as far as what coach is going to be the head coach next year. I think I'm going to go with, for the Broncos, I think I'm going to go Dan Quinn. I think that's going to be the next coach.
Okay.
I'm actually, it's a lot of ties to Dan Quinn. If you look at a lot of the reports, it's a lot of ties. Fingers are pointed at him.
I think it's going to be Dan Quinn. I think it's too perfect of a situation. Well, I think it's just. I like Dan Quinn there. I do. I like Dan Quinn a lot. I don't even want to see him lead Dallas. I like him as defense coordinator. So I think it's a good pick. It'd be a good pick for them. I don't know who else they would really be targeting, honestly. I mean, none of the other ones have really done much. So unless they go for someone like Frank Wright, which makes sense too. That makes sense as well. So
yeah,
I think either one of those two could be the next Denver coach.
Yeah, I'm going, like I say, I'm going.
Pate's better go off the wall. And it's going to be funny.
You've got to put in the wild card. I'll tell you that, especially when 2 people pick the same person. So I will go John Harbaugh.
Oh, man.
Hey, I've seen like his name has been mentioned too, as far as possible.
He has got a 2 perfect spot in Michigan to come and try to rebuild some team.
I don't know.
Dude, he's making
he's
like
got the
$10
experience.
million.
He's a Super Bowl coach.
He's making like $10 million at Michigan. They've been to back-to-back playoffs. What does he give? Like, why would he give it up? He's got it made.
I don't know. He caught a lot of hate for a lot of years at Michigan, though.
Yeah, but now they're figuring it out. I mean, that team is solid. I mean, did you see the way they handled Ohio State? Jesus. Right.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. You got to throw the wild card in there.
I think they're going to beat TCU by 48.
Hey, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into Thursday night. We're gonna have some picks.
I don't know about that one.
Upcoming games on Saturday. Yeah, we got an episode coming for that. I got a lot of
Georgia championship.
I got some shit to talk about these upcoming games here. This motherfucker that made this prediction. Damn.
If TCU wins that game, I think John Harbaugh should leave. Screw that.
Exactly.
TCU is so much worse than every other team that in the playoff. So much worse. So much worse.
Are we doing a college football playoff show?
We are on Thursday night, listeners. So be on the lookout Thursday night for a college football.
Got to do it for 8, man. The Cowboys play.
Oh, that's true. Shit, that's a good ass game Thursday night. Shit,
it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be ugly, but.
Yeah, I forgot who's playing quarterback for the Titans. Malik Willis.
The Cowboys playing the Titans, and it's against Malik Willis. It's gonna be ugly, probably. Yeah. It'll be close till halftime, and then after half, it's just going to be ugly.
It's a very simple game plan for y'all. Stop Derrick Henry and y'all win the game.
Exactly. We don't have to worry that much about our corners. Yeah, true. That is true.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap the show up.
Pop off.
Oh, go ahead, pick.
Yep. No, I was saying you never know. Derrick Henry could run for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's true. Like I said, if some shit like that happens, then
scary.
It's gonna be closest game that we think here. I don't think he would do 250 yards on the Cowboys. I don't think that'll happen.
It could very easily. Our run defense has been very iffy this year.
I
It
forgot
has
that
it
game
has
on
its
Thursday.
moments. Yeah, it has its moments. We're wearing the color rush jersey, so I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a good one. In
The all
Tennessee,
whites?
the all whites.
Okay.
Going with the icy whites, it's gonna be pretty fun.
Shits are pretty dope. I ain't gonna
Y'all
lie.
should
We
have
got
white
first
helmets with
dispute.
that.
Yeah, did you see the white helmets on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are
they
pretty
should put
sick.
them with these. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are actually.
Yeah, pretty sick.
They posted on Instagram.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap up this show here, though. Like I said, we discussed the Broncos here in this episode, so hopefully they can change the senior up next year and change this team, or we're going to see a lot of these people in your local Walmart checking out people. So yeah. I keep forgetting that their ownership is the fucking owner of the Walmart, which is kind of wild. I did not know that. But yeah.
Oh, Denver.
Oh, Sam Walton.
Hell yeah. So yeah, they got money, man. They got some money.
Yeah. I don't know. Denver's got a lot of work to do.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what happens.
See what happens for sure. But yeah, we'll be back Thursday for a college football show. If you don't do it Thursday, definitely do it on Friday, probably. Yeah.
Dude, are we making game picks or what for the next weekend? Are we doing that?
Yeah, Thursday. Used to do that on Thursday or Friday. We'll probably do it on Friday, honestly, if the Cowboys.
Well, I'll make my Thursday pick. Cowboys 34-10.
All right.
34 to 10.
34 to 10. I'm going with Cowboys too. Like I said, I don't see the Titans winning that at all. So yeah. Yeah, guys, check us out Thursday.
We'll keep
Friday.
going.
We'll post it on our social media.
Come on, Pate. Say it. You know you want to. Say it. You can say 25-10.